Now moving to security, Fulani Militias attacked and shot dead one person in Riyom local government area, Plateau State, Nigeria. Now, according to local source, the deceased went to help fetch firewood while anticipating his wife join him later. Security agents have swung into action to keep the environment safe. There has been high apprehension among the people of Sopp, and they are appealing for more drastic security measures to get the perpetrators arrested. The people hope that there could be dislodgement of Fulani and suspected bandits that have not only grabbed lands within the general area, but also terrorizing native inhabitants and other innocent people around Sopp and its environment. Now, joining me to discuss this on the news is a youth leader from just Plateau State, Solomon Dalyop. Thank you so much, Solomon, for joining me at this hour.
My pleasure. Good morning, all.
All right. So a few weeks ago, in Kulbem community, Mungu local government area, there was an attack. 10 people were killed while an unspecified number were injured and, property destroyed. And this has been consistent in Plateau State. Now, why are these attacks continuous in these localities in the state?
Yeah, of course. We know that once terrorist elements have infiltrated and
Hello, Solomon. Okay.
Otherwise, people will still be witnessing some form of terrorism and act of aggression in one way or the other. And I think because the attackers are bent on making sure that all the efforts made by security agents, particularly the General Officer Commanding 3rd Armored Division, Major General Abdul Salam Abubakar, with all the measures he has taken and then bringing peace to Plateau, they are not happy. They want to ensure that, life is made very, very unbearable. And to also continue expanding, land grab in the state. And that is why they wouldn't want, peace to come to stay. However, we still remain resolute appreciating the effort of the GOC, who has been on ground and with some of his personnel that have remained, resolute, not allowing any form of terrorism to thrive again. And otherwise, Plateau State would have been boiling by now. So he has been very, very proactive, and other sisters agencies. But the attackers are bent on attacking, even as at last night. There was another young man that was ambushed at about 7 p.m. and his motorcycle taken. He escaped narrowly, but of course, he is presently in the hospital having sustained fatal injuries. That is what we are seeing. So the attackers have remained resolute to ensure that Plateau, Nigeria as a whole, does not experience peace. And that is why we are calling on security agents to rise up to the occasion and redouble their efforts toward ensuring that all the perpetrators of this act, and where there have been incidents of land grab, the inhabitants or the land grabbers are dislodged. Not only dislodged, but are also apprehended and subjected to the rigors of the law, so that justice would have been made, to all parties, including the perpetrators, so that once they are punished, once there is conviction, they will know that, the law does not spare any individual.
Okay, Mr. Dalyop, now talking about efforts of security agencies, what are the specific challenges and obstacles that these security operatives face as regarding curbing these incessant and senseless killings?
Of course, as a matter of fact, we know that security can never be everywhere. That is why it is said that security is everybody's business. So, of course, we cannot say that the security in the state and in Nigeria as a whole is sufficient. They cannot be everywhere. And so the attackers will always want to look at places where there's no high presence of security or there's non-presence of security to strike. And that is why we keep appealing to people and creating this awareness that people should avoid late hours movement. People should also intensify and synergize, with the security, intensify security surveillance and also synergize with the security so that there will be, early warning signals and intelligence gathering given to the appropriate quarters for needed action. So, of course, we also understand that in some of these locations, there's a network problem. Even when something happened, to get in touch with the security at the time they shoot, network will always fluctuate. And then where there is poor network or where there is no network at all, there will people who have to look out for places where networks are available before getting to the securities. And of course, there's also a bad road network in some of these locations. If you come to Riyom, you go to places like Riyom, they are on third road. So you don't expect the rapid response of the security, even when they lift on time. But before reaching to the locations, it would have, a lot of mayhem would have been done. So we're appealing to government to, put their intention, focus their attention on this rural road network, so that once they are better off, once there is social amenities provided, security will have it very palatable in terms of rapid response and proactive measures. But of course, even with these prevalent challenges, the GOC and other sister agencies are really working. I must confess this. Okay. However, they still need more. And we're praying that there should be more support from the defense headquarters and other places, towards ensuring that there is enough manpower on ground to contain the, renewal of the attack, particularly now that, we are in November, we're in October, and then, of course, approaching November and December, and these are periods that, Plateau and other villages usually, witness all sorts of attacks and terror invasions, so that, there will be, the security will be able to meet on the boot any, incident or likelihood of any attack that
all right,
will arise.
Solomon, now as a youth leader in Plateau State, do you have an idea of how involved the agile youths in the state are in helping to bring an end to these attacks?
Of course, we must commend the effort of the local security outfits, like the Hunters Association, the Vigilante and Community Police, who have been synergizing with the police, like what happened last night. Of course, we had to, reawake the agility in the minds of the local vigilante and also people in native villages and communities to rise up and also, ensure that there is no movement of people to areas where they could be attacked, where they could be ambushed. And that was what happened last night. And of course, I appreciate the effort of the Sector 6 commander, who was able to block the road so that all people that are plying the road within that area of 7, 8, 9, they were stopped so that they don't go and fall into the hand of the terrorist elements. So that is the effort the youth are actually making. And then calling security promptly for, rapid response. That has been the effort the youth are making, and then communities and localities, peace-loving people of Plateau are making, towards ensuring that there is sustenance of peace in the state and even in the general area.
All right, well, thank you so much, Solomon Dalyop, youth leader in Plateau State, for giving us your time to actually discuss this.